out to be a jackalwere.
Yes.
I don't know how long we'll be able to play tonight because I'm normally off on Fridays. I'm normally off on Thursday, Friday. But this week I was off on Wednesday, Thursday. So I have to be at work or at work at 6 a.m. tomorrow, meaning I have to wake up at 5 a.m.
Right.
We'll try to at least get some things wrapped up and perhaps start the next little bit of our journey.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
So yeah, we're gonna pick up right where we left off. You guys made your way up to Tressendar Manor, and you killed some jackals and knocked out a jackalwere. How would you like to continue?
So I ran down the week 6 jackals. So I'm gonna use. I need to put my skill sheet. But my leatherworking tools, and I'm gonna skin the jackals for
Well,
money.
maybe we should see what the deal is with the jackalwere before we kill all their friends.
Before I
I mean-
murk the friends.
Sorry, before we mutilate their friends' bodies.
Fine.
I mean, yeah, it's not like we could make the relations with the jackalwere any worse, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there is a
Let's
difference.
do it. Let's,
All your friends being dead sucks, but all your friends being dead and mutilated when you wake up is way more horrifying.
Okay, this is probably true. I guess we could claim self-defense on the killing part.
All
I
right.
guess. I'm still gonna skin them alive. Skin them.
We skinned them in self-defense.
Yeah, it was self-defense, I swear. George reluctantly agrees.
Let's go talk to this jackalwere. The were-jackal.
See if we can communicate with him.
Definitely, we should put all of our efforts to tying them up in a way that they will stay tied if they change shape.
Or like revive or wake up or whatever.
Yeah,
Wasn't
we
there
should
only
assume
one
that.
were-jackal?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, there's only one were-jackal. Let's just.
Wait, is there a difference between a jackalwere and a were-jackal? Is like a jackalwere a jackal that becomes a humanoid?
Yep.
Or okay, so a were-jackal would be a human that becomes a jackal.
Yep.
So are we even going to be able to communicate with this thing if it's originally an animal?
I mean, it is carrying a satchel. Although, also, before we even mess with it, can we? Actually, I think I can ritual cast identify. That sounds like a thing I can do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying because yeah.
So I want to, while you all maybe are keeping a close eye on it, I'd like to cast Identify on the satchel and see if there's anything notable about it.
No, there's not.
Oh, it's just a bag.
It's just a bag.
All right, then let's take the bag and tie it up.
Do you want to look through it?
Well, that was just the. I figured that taking the bag, it will probably wake up shortly thereafter. So tie it up, and then I think I'm still like very warily opening it, like just in case there is a trap or something weird.
Nope.
Turns you into a jackalwere.
You find 50 gold pieces in its bag and a bottle with some kind of liquid in it.
All right. What's our best bet to tie them up?
Well, like all of the jackals?
No, I mean all the others are dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought. Yeah. Okay.
No, just this one. How do we tie this one up?
Okay. Is there? Yeah. Is there some special? Like, if we do it wrong, will he be able to escape?
Yeah.
Okay, so hear me out. This is what you do. One loop goes around its mouth. All right. Then you make another tight loop around the neck. So if it tries to do anything funny, it kind of chokes itself a little bit. Could be a kinky red jackal, but we don't know that. And then you kind of just like wrap the rope all the way down, like kind of like a snake, like constrictor wise. Tie a slip knot at the end, so the more it struggles, the tighter it gets, and around the feet part, and call it good. You get all the appendages bound up. It's kind of in a tough spot. You got to get out of. I know from experience.
I think Colby was asking though because it can shape change. What if it changes shape to something smaller?
Ah,
You know, like a jackal.
that would be harder to do.
We put like a cage around. I don't know.
What if we beat it until it changes to a jackal and then tie it up? It can't go from big to small to big.
Or you just surround it.
You
Yeah.
probably just have to surround it.
Let's just have Noble Six sit on it.
Yeah, right. He likes to grapple with animals, anyways.
If it runs away, he'll summon a death slod.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, I say we surround it. We will capture this thing as a sheer force of power.
Okay. You guys surround it. How do you want to surround it? I don't know if it'll matter, but better to go on and get this out of the way in case it ends up mattering.
All right, I got the face. Colby or Aaron, Noble Six gets the left and right. Vierheist, you get the back. That way, it doesn't see it doesn't see the weakest link. No offense, Vierheist is just physically strong, not so much.
Well, if we're all in melee
Magically
range,
strong, yes.
if we're all in melee range, it's going to take a hit from every one of us. So maybe just being opposite each other, that'd be 4 opportunity attacks with advantage as soon as it starts to move.
While you guys are walking to surround it, everybody make a perception check.
It's playing
Or-
dead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, make perception checks.
Oh my gosh.
That's not great.
Are you back to whispering again?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I should probably do it for Noble Six since he's not here.
There she goes. Yeah, 6, my dudes.
Well, that's okay. Noble Six and Vierheist, you both, as you're walking towards it, you hear something in the rubble. It sounds like a little rumble, sort of like a little, maybe
Small.
a cough. Something is disturbing some of the rubble.
You don't know which direction it came from?
Let's say back here.
So it's someone else's death slot that they had something. There's no point in dilly dallying, my dudes. Let's keep going.
It's probably nothing.
Must be the wind.
Yes. There's
Hey. So do you all tell us about the noise?
Yeah, I stop and listen for a little bit and say something like, I thought I heard something, but I'm not sure if it actually was anything or not.
What if the rest of us stay here and maybe George go and check it out? Because you've got both melee options and your Eldritch Blasts. If you, excuse me, need to hit something at a distance.
On it. Just gonna keep going towards this square jackal. There's there they are. Didn't know you guys were up there.
Yeah, I just followed
Hello?
Noble Six up there. Hello?
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 Hello? Can you hear us?
Hey, you guys, I made it finally.
Good. Were you able to get the phone?
Yes, I was able to get the phone to the person.
Good.
To the right person?
Yeah.
Just hand it to some lady at Walmart. Hope it's the right one.
So, can I get a notion of what's going on?
Yep.
We were
Um,
planning on like interrogating the jackal were, although if it's a jackal that got turned into a humanoid, I don't know what languages it would know.
They're probably no jackal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually a werewolf speaks wolf, though. I know it seems strange, but
Well, a werewolf though is a human that turns into a wolf, so
right. But the human wouldn't know wolf, but the
This is
werewolf
true.
does. So
good point. So it might know some kind of common language. So it's a possibility.
all right, what does George find?
I found Noble Six, Beer Heist, and the Were Jackal so far.
Oh, what you're supposed to, you were going
are
to go
you
over
moving
here.
up there with them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the noise was from over here.
Oh,
I'll be over there.
where is the unconscious werejackal?
It's up here.
It's somewhere near me.
I mean, I don't know.
Do
if
I
you want-
need?
Do we want to carry it down where it's less rocky, or
I can.
Okay. George, if you, just right in this general area, when you go over there to investigate the rumbling that you kind of heard, you are able to see buried deep inside the rubble and the collapsed walls and whatnot, what looks to be a very badly injured half orc.
no?
Huh. That's good. 'cause
Can't
I can't
really-
see anything.
You can't really make out many characteristics or anything of the person. You're not even necessarily sure that they are a half orc. They just kind of seem like it.
Can I talk to them?
They don't seem, from what you can tell, they don't seem very conscious.
Alert.
Ah.
So George is unable to make out with the half orc.
Correct.
George is
But it is
fat.
still alive.
All right, my dudes. So
Whip.
let's deal with this were jackal or jackalware, whoever it is, and then we'll go deal with whatever sentient beings down in that hole. It looks like orcish type thing. We'll have to probably dig it out and figure out what's going on. But first, were jackal.
Um, do do you want to? Well, I guess you couldn't really tell that. Okay. Let me. Yeah. Okay. You wait around a few minutes, and the jackalware wakes up. It looks at you, looks around at all of you, really, and seems kind of intimidated, to say the least.
Well, hello there.
How did we knock out the jackal again? Or did we just find it like this?
That was last
We
session.
knocked him out last session.
Then Vera's hit with like a rock last frame, pretty much.
Maybe.
Well, and just in general, we came out to the ruined keep to try and figure out what had happened up here.
Yeah, and we were attacked by the pack of jackals.
Did we tie this one up? Or is it just kind of just laying there?
We knocked it out. It was leading the other jackals and commanding them to attack
So
us.
no.
It also had a satchel, which we took.
Mm-hmm.
At least for now. We'll see. We'll see if how that turns out.
You discussed tying up the jackalware, but you know that it can shapeshift, and you're not entirely sure that tying it up would prevent it from fleeing.
Right.
So instead, you decided to surround it so that it couldn't really get away very easily.
I got it. As it wakes up, I go, "Hi there, little guy. Remember us? You had your little pack attack us. Well, now it's time for talking. And my patience is running a lot more thin than it normally does. So I got a question. Why did you attack us?
Where did it go? I don't even know what a jackalware voice would sound like, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But it'll say, "We were told to attack any survivor or anyone who came looking. We were told to get rid of."
Who told you to do that?
The people, the person who hired me.
Who is?
Did you do you know their name or what they look like?
Don't know any names, but it was a short person.
And why did you
Are they
agree
the
to
one-
this?
What's that?
I said, and why did you agree to do this?
They were paying me.
Like, what were they paying you in? Can I see that real quick?
What
So
were
the
they, what?
satchel was the gold.
Yeah.
So how much did they pay him?
Looks
50
like
gold?
50 gold in a mystery vial.
What's in the vial?
You haven't investigated it at all yet, so you don't know.
Well, I was asking the Jackalware if he knew.
Oh. Um, a potion.
It's cyanide, isn't it?
It's
a
what?
potion of cyanide.
That would be like the worst thing. Like, you have a minion that's disposable, but they don't know that. So you give them a
gosh.
healing potion and tell them to
Oh,
only
man.
use it if they're about to die. And actually, it just kills them.
Kills them the rest of the way. Oh my gosh.
I look at the jackal. You know, I think you could have got 100 gold out of this. I think you went a little cheap on them.
Yeah, having to guard a whole manor with just a pack of jackals, like against probably seasoned adventurers. Man, that's definitely
Only
worth like
50
100
gold?
gold, 2 potions.
I mean, I also have ethical questions. Like, did the actual jackals, like, do they understand currency? Or like were you the only one getting paid and they were just taking all the risk?
Or
That
were they just eating the bodies?
Oh, now see, I'm not okay with that.
I mean, she's here too.
What? Who?
Yeah, but I distinctly remember that when push came to shove, she tried to run and commanded them to stay and fight. So, this feels like both a cruelty to animals situation, but also like a toxic workplace environment.
You know, it's just
We're
this
gonna
whole
rate.
thing
We
is
need to
just-
raise issues with the Better Business Bureau here.
I mean, it just feels all kind of like bad business, honestly. So much wasted potential. We probably have another dead jackalware on our hands.
Are they the ones that made this jackal into a jackalware? Or was it already a jackalware that got hired?
Yeah, were you born this way?
You're really asking questions that I was not prepared to answer.
I like
Going
to
off
think
on a
that
long
that's in
tangent here.
character. This person is just terrified and that's their response.
I'm fine with
Right.
that.
Okay, so are you from this area? If it doesn't say, like, you can just tell us it doesn't say, and we'll assume it's not relevant.
No, it actually does say where they're from.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if it's close to here. I need to go to the world map. And
Maybe
Now
we should
we'll
ask her
travel
more
by
about this
map.
question. Like, what is her name? All we know it's a she jackalware.
Oh, it's a she. I keep calling it a he.
I
I'm-
think. Oh, yeah, that is the world map on this one. The words are very pale, and it's hard to make out
oh,
in when it's over top of something dark. But here, this might help. So,
We have been thrown into the darkness of the void.
oh,
All
no.
is lost. The Jackalware
You
is some
got-
kind of dark sorcerer.
So you guys are here. Can you see the map?
Nope.
I see black.
I can't because I think I have dark vision. Yeah, my dark vision.
Why can you guys not see the map?
The other map was also dirty and grindy as well, like very dark.
Is daylight not on?
It must
I
be
am-
nighttime.
I am staring
Let's
into
try
the
this.
abyss.
Oh
And I
my
fear the abyss stares back.
Did that help?
Nope.
Nope.
It's like day and night for me.
Can you see it, George?
Do we
Oh
need-
yeah, the
Do we
whole
need
map.
tokens dropped to see?
Maybe
probably.
because he definitely has a token there.
I
But
don't know why
now
I
I
have a
can see.
token.
It's
Oh,
the
what?
token.
I think I've dropped
How do you
random
drop
tokens
them?
on different maps, and this is probably one of them.
Oh, whoop, there we go.
and okay, so you guys are here in Phandalin, and the Jackalware will tell you that it is from the Neverwinter Woods, which is to the north of you guys.
Oh, I remember Neverwinter. We fought the Grinch.
Nope,
You fought a
none
Grinch?
of those none of those were right.
I remember fighting a Grinch, but I don't remember where it was.
It was the Borloff.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, not a Grinch, but yeah,
It was close enough.
it was like a Grinch, but called something else.
Similar but legally distinct from.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. Now you know where it's from.
Oh, cool.
We can go back here.
You know, the good news with that information is now that we know where you're from, we can also tell you that if you don't give us the information we want, you probably will never go back to where you're from.
Make an intimidation check.
For reference, you fought the Borloff in the city of Dimra.
Okay.
24.
Yeah. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. If I know it, I will tell you.
Can you give us a better description of the person who hired you?
No.
All you have is short person?
Yep.
They're a short person.
Nothing about
Okay.
clothing or hair or skin or eyes or...
Or smell for Noble 6.
It says specifically she can relate that a short cloaked humanoid came to the Neverwinter Woods to hire her.
Like how tall? Like my height or your height is or George or
That's not short.
shh. Was the person stocky?
How tall are you guys?
I don't remember.
Aaron's
I'm short.
is 6-footish.
What?
Let's see.
Unless
Aaron
they're
is
like-
6'2".
No, I meant specifically Noble 6 and Beer
Oh.
Heist because they would be closer to the height.
Oh, that's right. I forget Noble 6 is a dwarf. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, because the Raysam is weird. Like at certain levels, they get bigger or something like that. But starting out, the other they're small. But I don't remember how small.
Well,
Whatever these guys are, Verdant. No,
I think it's... No, not Vidalkin.
yeah,
Vidalkin's
Verdant.
something
That's
else.
what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the say your height at? Those up top.
I mean, it
Well,
only
put
says
it
if
in.
you filled it in.
Yeah.
I feel so-
A Verdin ranges from 3 to 4 feet tall. At
That's
level
what I
5, they grow approximately 2 feet.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they're similar in size to goblins, but then they get bigger.
I don't.
Dwarves are typically between 4 and 5 feet tall. That sounds really light. Between 4 and 5 feet tall and average about 150 pounds.
Hmm.
In my head, dwarves are heavier than that.
I mean, for that height, I guess that's a decent weight, but yeah.
Anyway, again, I imagine us having this conversation in character, like,
Right.
and she's just sitting there looking at us like, how did I lose to these people?
We're trying to figure out the height and weight of people.
Okay, so here's a different question. Instead of us playing 3,000 questions to try and figure out what you know, what are like the top handful of things that you know that you feel like are worth your life? Let's just start at the top and work our way down.
Hold on 1 second. I'm still trying to find. How big did you say the Verdant and the dwarfs are?
Verdant are 3 to 4, dwarves are 4 to 5.
Um, well,
What feet are meters?
oh, here we go. About the size of you, and they'll sort of nod towards Veer-Ice.
So that actually does help because there's a lot of dwarves, probably because of the mining connections. But there's only a handful of like halflings, which would be in sort of the same neck of the woods.
Yeah, halflings are goblins, but yeah.
Any other helpful bits of information?
Um, all she really knows is a small person came to hire them to search the area for bodies and survivors, and to get rid of anyone who attempted to interfere.
Do you have a meetup place where you're going to do when you think the task is completed?
You know, that seemed like a very logical question that they should have included in the.
Just make
It's
stuff
very
up.
forgetful.
We're living in your imagination.
Maybe it's a very forgetful Jackalware. She doesn't remember where.
This is going to be one of those they told me they'd find me situations.
Maybe the vial really is poison.
Can't the alchemists figure it out?
Can I make an insight check just to see sort of what kind of person I think this Jackalware is? What kind of moral being I think they are?
Sure.
I'm
probably
going
like
to.
neutral.
I'm going to not bless. I'm going to guidance myself. And
That one.
I mean, I'm better than the last one, so that's a 14.
I mean, it's doesn't necessarily have a lot of morals. It's an animal that can turn humanoid. So its sort of thought process and values aren't necessarily the same as you would expect. But you like what are you wanting to understand from this?
So I guess I have two things I'm wanting to know. One, does it kind of seem like she's already told us everything she knows? And two, does it seem like if she had better opportunities, she would be willing to follow through on them as opposed to just, like whatever this nonsense was?
Would she be a decent person if she had the opportunity?
Yeah, she's definitely told you all that she knows. As far as what they would be like given other opportunities, hard to say. Like I said, it's an animal who can turn humanoid. Animals are, especially wild animals, are difficult to predict motivations and what they may like.
We offer
They can be tamed, obviously, but
Right.
it's what drives a wild animal from moment to moment could change drastically at any time based on their mood.
Mhm.
So that's kind of hard to say.
So it
Okay.
might take someone constantly controlling them in order to keep them from being dangerous.
So
Yeah.
jackals only live 10 to 12 years. So we should assume that she's probably much younger than us, right?
I don't know.
Ask her how old she is.
I mean, age wise, yeah, she's probably younger, but does that mean they mature faster? I don't know. Like, she'd be the
Do jackal
equivalent.
wares live the same amount of time as actual jackals?
That's I don't know. Let's look up monsters on D&D Beyond and find out.
Again, another discussion we're having right in front of
I
the
mean-
jackal.
They're fully grown at 3 years old. They age at a rate triple to that of humans.
Regular jackals or jackal wares?
Jackal wares.
Oh,
Where
And
do you
what's
see
the life-
that?
That is from the Forgotten Realms wiki.
Okay, because I was saying I'm on D&D Beyond their page and I don't see that anywhere.
Yeah, 5th edition is a little sparse on like the fluff
Huh.
of monsters, which leaves you ill-equipped for moments like this.
we ask a lot of random weird questions.
So yeah, well, it's an adult, but like the number of years it's been alive is significantly less than you guys.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. So look, you've made some bad decisions up to this point. And I don't just mean like morally bad decisions. I mean, you accepted 50 gold to travel a great distance and to pick fights with adventurers. This was bad business. This was not a good use of your talents. You actually bring some amazing assets to the table. Because if someone hires you, they're getting a person, a jackal, someone who can go back and forth, and in fact a whole pack of jackals, presumably once you replace these. This says to me that you're more valuable than you're treating yourself. And I'm going to pull out an Akink card. Look, we don't want to kill you. We also don't want to run into you in this context again. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Here are some folks who would be able to make excellent use of your skills, compensate you fairly for them, and hopefully treat you a little bit better than this. I'm going to pull out what? I mean, a gold piece is actually a lot of money in general, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull out 10 gold pieces and hand it back to them and say, here.
She will take it and sort of start backing away, assuming you guys allow her to.
Well,
Yep.
I was going to finish by encouraging her to go and an interview with those people, because she'll have much safer, better opportunities, and generally have a better life.
Yeah, I don't know if she understands what interviewing is, but she's definitely listening and doing like backing away very slowly and carefully until she gets to the edge of the map and runs away.
I feel like that's the best we can do.
I
We
think
tried.
with a scare tactic, saying if you saw it ever again doing things like this, you would just kill her on the spot.
I mean,
Maybe next time.
I think she should take that to be assumed. Okay, so we still have an unconscious baby orc. We have several jackals to skin.
Oh, yeah, we should go check on the orc. Yeah.
What makes you think it's a baby?
No, I said maybe. Because you
Oh.
said you didn't know if it was an orc or half orc or what.
Yeah. A maybe orc.
Maybe orc. No, that would be totally wild if there was like a half-dead baby in the ruins.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I said to make you think it was a baby, but I did not mean to do that.
We become proud parents.
Right.
All right, so...
He'll grow up with Plan C.
Yes, right.
I guess we should all
And
go
see
check
what
on
is
this
best.
orc. The jackals are
Mhm.
not going to get any deader in the next
Oh,
10
I
minutes.
think it was about years where I got stuck. So I think it's about
Oh, there I can see him, kind of.
really where.
I don't know that's level 6. We're all just stumbling over each other in the dark.
You're an orc noble 6. Ha ha. I think this is about the spot I was at. I really don't know.
Whoa. Crushed person.
Oh, with a torch. That's what happened.
Oh, that could help.
Um,
We spent so long dealing with the jackal, this guy bled out and died.
I'm
I
okay
am
with
now
that.
stuck as well.
you're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fell into the chasm.
there we go.
Did we
That was
sort
some
of
weird-
light stuff?
Yeah, I know you were joking about bleeding out and dying, but that is kind of what's supposed to happen because you took so long.
Oh no.
I'm okay with that.
But I don't want to do that, so we're not gonna.
So how about I burn
You can
a
just
cure
have him like
wounds?
near death or something.
I'll go ahead and burn a cure wounds.
That would have been that's fine. You don't have to, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the alternative was for you to have to manage both of those NPCs at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. We're good. So you guys are able to move a bunch of rocks, and you're able to pull out a very disheveled, very hurt, unconscious half orc. Half orc? Yeah, half orc. And I have a handout.
His name's Old Greg, right?
I'm old Greg.
What you doing in my swamp?
It is a woman, half orc.
Oh man.
Does she match the description of any of the golden mongoose?
No,
Yeah, interesting.
none. She does not match the description of the golden mongoose people. None that you were given. You know of the members of
So she could be like a hireling.
She could be a hireling,
Hmm.
or she could be part of somebody who attacked this place, or an innocent bystander, or any number of things.
She looks kind of sketchy. Like, look at that, like, panicked look in her eyes as, like, her roll got rocked, like, her half-burnt hair. Kind of sketchy, if you don't say so myself.
She's, in
I also think
fairness,
she looks like an absent-minded, inventor that blew her face off accidentally.
she was a part, whether a bystander, a defender, or an attacker, she was a part of this battle and has been trapped under rubble for the better part of a week.
Hmm.
Yeah, she looks a little disheveled.
Pretty
I
sketchy.
think so, yeah. How did she survive that long?
Half orcs have half orc endurance.
Right.
Well, let's tie her up.
You guys can make some medicine checks. How about that?
I will help. I'll assist.
I'll take that assist and I'll guide myself.
What were you doing?
Zero medicine.
Oh, yep, I can't do medicine.
Yeah, I have a 0 on that.
I'm supposed to be good. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
There we go.
Hey! Whoa! That might be the highest I've ever rolled.
Yeah, even with your cure wounds, you can tell that if she doesn't get more serious help, she may not be waking up at all.
Oh, fuck.
So we're gonna have to get her somewhere to.
Yeah, you might need to get her back to town.
All right.
Quick, between the javelins and our ropes, we make a homemade stretcher that we put
Yes.
across mine and Aaron's shoulders because we're about similar height. And we'll carry this woman down to town.
Well, and here's my thought too. We're like not that far from town, right?
No,
So, and we don't actually have to run this out, but what if like 2 people take her to one of the clerics and 2 of us just kind of surface look through more of the rubble, just in case there's something we're missing, and then we'll reconvene there.
Makes sense.
Sounds
That's
good
fine.
to me. I'll be a carrier.
Oh, I'll be a carrier.
okay.
So I guess that leaves Beerheist and I to search, which kind of
Okay.
makes sense. You have investigation proficiency, right?
Yeah, I do, I believe.
So we'll
Oh,
just
I
kind of
did.
do
Nope,
one
I
more.
do.
Oh, you don't have
I have
investigation?
perception.
Okay.
I perception it, yeah.
So maybe we'll do just sort of one more circuit looking around this immediate area and then follow after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we actually headed to, anyways? This wasn't like the end point that we were headed to, was it?
Yeah, you guys were
but
headed
this,
to
this
the
is
manor.
the ruined manor.
Oh, okay. This is the ruins of the manor. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
Cole or Errant and Veerheis, you can both make investigation checks.
Okay.
well, that's good because I'm bad at investigation.
You both did well.
Well, no, I guess
Yeah,
I got a
19.
16. I
Was that?
didn't have advantage. That was from the roll before.
Yeah. Yep. The DC was just 10. So
Oh.
you're both good. So you see that there are some in these ruins, what you would call, you see some newly built wooden structures, but they were struck by fire. 2 of them still stand, but most of them have been burned or smashed to the ground. The older masonry of the manor walls has been crumbling for some time, and it looks like new stonework was being put up to replace the old. But once again, everything has been smashed to pieces, leaving only bits of wall and standing. And you also see a bunch of older humanoid remains, but no intact corpses or anything like that. Like you find a finger or a just different remains from a battle. Also, on one of the walls that happens to still be standing, you can see a very clear mark in chalk that has a double D insignia. And let me see if I can find something like that to share with you guys.
Oh no, the terrible double D's I've been through here. Everybody watch out. I think it's smothered.
Those guys are jerks.
There, one of the D's is backwards and it's interlocking sort.
Mm.
I'm going to create a quick handout. Sorry, I should have thought to do this earlier. There you go.
With my adventurer's kid background, would I recognize this?
Yes, you would. You would recognize it as the symbol of Dran Enterprises.
I was actually going to guess that.
Make a history check, and perhaps I could reveal more than that.
I mean, this 100% feels like something that Errant would definitely know. Veerheist, do you have proficiency in history?
I do not.
Can he give me advantage?
Sure.
Oh, I have proficiency in history.
Yep. So
We're gone.
Jeez.
So you know that, and this is something you would have known anyway, but Dran Enterprises is a major adventuring guild, very similar to Acquisitions Incorporated, and might even be Ac Inc.'s chief competitor. You also know that Dran Enterprises is actually ran, or Acquisitions Incorporated is ran by Omen Dran, and Dran Enterprises is ran by his family, specifically his mother and sisters. And there is some bad blood there. Yeah. I think is it his mom or his sisters or one of his sisters? I don't know which it is, but I do believe one of them is attempting to repair the relationship between them, but the others not so much. I just don't recall which one it was. If it was the mom or one of the sisters.
All right.
And that would have all been things you heard, either knew with your adventuring background or had heard, rumblings of.
Well, and oh no, that wasn't from this. That was from a podcast. Meta knowledge. Did they leave? Do we have any way to get in touch with them other than just like putting a letter on a cart to Neverwinter or to Waterdeep?
I think one of you took a job with the company that would give you a way to communicate. Or maybe not.
I'll say I've got Horde's person.
I keep track of the dead.
I'm pretty sure I'm cartographer, which means I can get transportation stuff.
And number
Oh,
6 is the decisionist.
And a decisionist.
So I don't think any of us have that.
Awesome. At this point, then, no. No, you don't.
So my first thought would be to go. I mean, since we're heading to the temple anyway, it's possible that we could pay Sister Gariel or whatever to cast sending for us. Because this does kind of feel like, it's one thing if a minor branch goes out on their own. It's something very different if they were exploded and then like your biggest rivals left a calling card. Man, why is sending such a high level spell? That's
Because it would
crazy.
make things at low levels super easy.
Yeah, but it feels weird that it's comparable with like Revivify. Like I can bring you back from the dead, or I can send you a text message. Anywho, all right, we'll figure that out. Anything? So you said parts of bodies. When you say old, are you talking like a month or two, or like decades?
Uh,
Like, does
I
it
don't
make
know.
sense that it was from when this place came down?
Yeah. It literally just says older humanoid remains.
And does it look like they were like? I mean, obviously we see this mark on the wall. Does it look like they were exploded, or does it look like they were like hacked apart first?
Kind of depends on which ones you're looking at.
So some of each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some look like they were cut off, some look like
But that definitely
explosions
implies
or
like,
magic, some look like they were just straight up smashed.
so this wasn't like they were experimenting with something and it exploded. This was Dran Enterprises attacked and blew this place up.
This was someone attacked and blew this place up.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, that definitely feels like a message worth sending back. Anything else noteworthy to grab or take with us here?
Um, if you go into the two little buildings that still happen to be standing, you find 10 days worth of rations, 2 explorers pack, a dungeoneers pack, and some other little adventuring equipment, but nothing to speak of.
I mean, honestly, we have a hungry wolf we're trying to keep in a cart. 10 days worth of rations is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think explorers packs have even more rations.
I don't know.
All right. Uh, so I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab as many of these corpses as I can drag. Um, and
Sent to the lizard folk.
well, I thought they wanted humanoid corpses specifically.
They do.
I was thinking that we would maybe just go ahead.
Oh,
and
you're
go,
talking about the jackal
yeah.
corpses. I thought you were talking about the remains that were sitting.
No. Also, this is like evidence we might need later. Dropping off, just like fully throwing one of the jackal bodies to Plan C, just to keep him happy, and then like putting the others nearby but not super close, where he's gonna like break out and go eat them. That way, we can come back and skin and process them.
Okay.
And then go to the Shrine of Timora with everybody.
So, are you doing all of this now, or are you waiting for Noble Six and George to return? Because you sent them to town with the half orc.
Yeah, my plan was to follow after. Like,
Okay.
drop off that stuff on our way and then circle back around.
Okay.
Because we're like close walking distance to the town, right?
Yeah, it's not all that far.
All right.
So you're going back to town. And then what? Just
I was
waiting around for the half orc to wake up?
Oh, I mean, does it? And I guess while we're there, we can kick up a conversation with Gariel. Because we've specifically heard that she's having trouble with the cleric of Joaquin, right?
Yep.
I mean, I have to say, I'm inherently suspicious. Like, I don't know. There are definitely shenanigans happening here. And new people in town seem more suspicious to me than folks who are already here.
Okay. So, what am I doing? This is what I'm trying to do. We're going to take you back to the Phandalin map. And so you went up to the manor about mid-morning or so. You had a fight. You dug a half orc out of the rubble. You interrogated a jackal where I'm going to say that by the time you guys are making it back down to the town proper, it's getting on to be later in the evening, something like, I say evening, that's late afternoon, something like 4 o'clock-ish. And that rain that was coming has started to come down.
Oh yeah, the
Not
weather's
necessarily thunderstorming or anything, but it's
raining.
it's a shower. You guys are getting wet.
Okay.
So you're making your way to the Shrine of Luck. Is that what you?
Yeah.
Is that
'cause-
where you're taking the half orc?
I mean, I feel like that makes the most sense. What do you all think?
Probably. I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think her or Redoth the Druid.
Did I pick a place for Redoth to live? Have you even met Redoth yet?
I don't think we have. We got like a list of everyone
Yeah.
from the first few people we talked to.
Yes. Anyway, Shrine of Luck. Um, and well, why can I never remember where I put handouts, guys? There are too many folders. There we go. So yeah, you go to the Shrine of Luck, and it's more of a very small stone. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. It's not even really a. It's not even really a building. Not, no roof or anything like that. It's more of an outside. Shrine like that. That's why it's called the Shrine of Luck, I guess.
So it's like here.
What?
Is it this thing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not see the arrow pointing at it?
Yeah. Well, it was, I wasn't sure if it was here or if it was like here.
Yeah, it's this
Okay.
thing. And tending to it is this woman.
Let's eat this one. I think I remember her.
Yeah, she was a badass. So at this point, does she like notice me and Noble Six kind of marching down the road with this practically dead half orc?
Yes, they do. Um, assuming you're making noise and yelling for help.
Well, we're not trying to be stealthy, so probably yeah.
Yeah. She'll look up, seeing you, and she'll she kind of is taken aback at first, sucks in a breath and goes, oh my, you found Gilda. And she'll rush towards you and help get you help you take the half orc, who you can assume is Gilda, not necessarily to the shrine, but to her own home, which is right next door to the shrine. It's got a roof and a bed and stuff.
Kind of convenient.
What's that?
Very convenient.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
convenient.
Very convenient that the person who tends to the shrine would live right next to the shrine.
It's almost like they planned it. I was just imagining Noble Six and George figuring out how to carry the stretcher thing, like Noble Six having to put the the poles on his shoulders, and George just having to have his arms all the way down low.
But yeah, so she'll help you get him into the house, and we'll start doing clericy, doctory things, checking to see if there's a pulse, breathing, that kind of general stuff.
Right.
Casting spells to try and help the process along. And she'll tell you, thank goodness that you found her. She's in terrible shape. I don't know how much longer she could have lasted.
We all look bashfully at each other.
Right. So, we probably could have helped her sooner, but there was a jackal where.
Priorities.
Right.
I mean, she's not gonna say much more unless you ask her questions. She's very preoccupied by trying to keep this person alive.
Can I assist her in any way?
Uh,
I mean, I have healing spells and medicine proficiency.
yeah. I don't really. I'm trying to think of what you could do and what the results would be. Because you already rolled pretty well. 'Cause you rolled medicine up at the manor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you rolled pretty well there. You can be telling her the things that you've already ascertained about the situation, about her condition, pointing out different areas that you think might need to be tended to more quickly than others. And she is extremely grateful for your help. She'll tell you that after 30 minutes, an hour maybe of helping her and doing everything you can jointly to save this half orc, this Gilda, she will tell you that everything seems promising. The half orc is still unconscious, but she tells you that it seems very likely that within a day or two, she will regain consciousness. As long as she continues to be tended to.
All right. So I guess we'll just jump in. We were investigating what had happened up at the manor. Did you ever encounter the group that was up there, or hear of anything about them?
Oh, yes. The Order of the Golden Mongoose. They came to town. Have I established how long ago they came to town? I feel like I have. We're going to say a few months ago because I don't remember what I said before.
A couple months ago.
Perfect. I was right on top of things.
Although apparently they're also the Fellowship of Golden Mongoose.
Oh, Fellowship. What did I say?
Order. I only knew that because I remembered that the acronym I was writing for them was FOGM. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Fog'em. They came to town a few months ago and seemed to be making connections throughout the town. They were well liked and started hiring on some people to help them out day-to-day tasks. That's who this is. Gilda here. She was their major domo. She ran everything when they would go off on adventures. I can't believe you found her. I thought everyone up there was lost.
Well, it certainly raises questions because it's been a while since the accident happened, hasn't isn't it?
Yeah, a few days. I would say about half a week.
And we'll definitely want to ask her. It's possible that she was just buried all that time, but it's a very long time to survive in the elements, and there's actually a pack of wild animals up there.
Um, well, that would be uh, her half orc or her orc ancestry probably helped her survive. Um,
Sister
they
Ariel gets a half tick in the maybe a racist box.
well
Racist doctor.
is what it is. If she hadn't been a half elf or a half orc, she would have certainly died.
I mean, she could be a half elf, half orc.
That's true,
Mhm.
but the half elf part does not help in this situation. The half orc part does.
Um,
Speaking of, what would a half orc, half gnome look like?
Hmm.
Would it be a very muscly, very short, 2 foot tall gnome? Green gnome?
Skin.
I mean, I would think that it would have the normal sort of distribution as if like a tall person and a short person had a kid.
Yeah, but that's not as much fun.
I'm just saying, I feel like there probably is like a really clear genetic answer for like what happens if someone who's 7 feet tall has a kid with someone who's 3 feet tall.
I like the idea of a 2 foot tall green gnome with huge muscles.
I mean, it's possible.
You never know.
Yeah, the half orc part of her ancestry definitely helped out here. Whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing or shouldn't be discussed is that that's on you. I don't know. All I can say is that it helped.
I'm just a doctor.
Um, do you know of anyone who was taking a particular interest in the golden mongoose, or was on particularly good or bad terms with them?
Um, no, uh, not particularly. Um, obviously, people in town have their own opinions about adventurers and whatnot, but nobody seemed to want to attack them. There were random people in town may have been grumbly about having adventurers here, thinking that they might bring more trouble than they solve, but never anyone who seemed out and outright violent towards them.
Do you have any idea what sorts uh, of jobs or tasks they might have been pursuing?
I know there was a lot of talk a week or so ago. They got back from an adventure, and there was a lot of talk about something they found. I don't know what it was or even what it did, but there were rumors that they found something very magical, and were going to be attempting to unlock its secrets. And perhaps they did, because I can't think of anything else that might have caused that huge explosion up at the manor.
Can I make an insight check just to sort of verify that she's sort of telling us what she knows about this?
Yep.
I'm supposed to be good at it, so I'm gonna roll a 1.
Yeah. She is telling you the truth to the best of her ability.
Do you recall anyone strange coming to town just before that event happened up at the manor?
Nope. She does not. But she also spends a lot of her time right here at the shrine. Um, Even though, visitors are sparse the past few months, uh, she's still dedicated to her goddess and keeps it in as good a shape as she can.
So I guess to kind of... Oh, that was weird. My microphone was blinking funny. Um, so I guess to sort of take us onto a different track, uh, is there anything that she needs help with, or anything that's been going on other than the stuff happening at the manor?
Hmm.
I hear there's a new shrine just up the street at Barthen's old place.
Yes. I am trying to ascertain exactly how they feel about each other.
Madly in love.
Yeah, so Gariel is frustrated with the new shrine. Not necessarily. She doesn't have a problem with the worship of other gods in general. She knows that the gods are real and that they want to, but it is causing funds and worshippers for her goddess to dwindle. And if you were to, she won't tell you this because she doesn't see your actions as odd in any way. But if you were to ask around town, people would tell you that she's become a bit of a fanatic. When she's not cleaning and taking care of the Shrine of Luck, Gariel is out evangelizing. She is preaching on street corners. Not that this place has street corners, but you get it. She's talking loudly for any passerbys to come and worship. and she will tell you that she believes that perhaps the explosion or the attacker or whatever it may have been or combination it may have been up at Tressendor Manor, she believes might be caused by because of the lack of faith that the people of Phandalin have shown to Tymora and the goddess of luck. That as faith in Tymora has dwindled, she thinks that might be the cause of all the weird things happening.
She's probably right.
That did just remind me. Hey, we're all cursed by Bishaba, who is a
All
goddess
right.
of ill fortune. Do you think you could help us out with that?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me? Test, test.
I keep disconnecting for some reason.
Yes.
Oh,
Can you
we
hear
lost
me?
him.
Yep. I wonder if Roll20 is having a problem.
I don't know.
I was just saying. Hey, that reminds me. We're all cursed by the goddess of ill fortune, Bishaba. Do you think you could help us out with that?
Yes. What did it take to cure that?
First removal.
Does she? What is her? Do they give her a cleric level? Let's find out. People of Phandalin.
I mean, it would make sense as a cleric of Tamora that maybe she might
Yep.
have like a workaround, even if it's
I
not
agree.
explicitly removed.
Yes, she has. She will have third level spell slots, so she can remove the curse from 2 of you right now, and the other 2, if you come back tomorrow, she can take care of that. But it will cost you. Let's see. What is the suggested cost for remove curse?
I feel like this is going to be absurd. I feel like the answer is going to be like 1,000 gold for all. But by the time it's all 4 of us,
Remove curse, 90 gold pieces. But since you are helping out the town, she'll give you a discount at 70 gold pieces per person.
I can afford that.
honestly, though, for something that's just waiting for us to basically get into a fight with humanoids, I was really sort of hoping she might just do this because Tamora hates Bishaba. Because also, if we're gonna pay for a spell, I would almost rather pay for a sending spell to get in touch with Ak Inc. as opposed to this. I mean, here's a very meta question. I
Yep.
feel like it's the right thing to do, like narratively, to contact them. Are we gonna get 70 gold worth of benefit from doing that?
Probably not.
To contact them?
Yeah, like if we send a message to Omen that says, "Hey, it looks like your sister's company attacked and killed the group that were here because of a powerful magical item. do you think he's liable to send us aid of some kind? Or is he just going to be like, well, good luck?
I mean, she doesn't know sending.
I mean, she's a cleric. She could know it tomorrow.
Is it on the cleric spell list?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is, cleric. Cool. But yeah, I need to really remember that you guys are cursed.
I mean, I don't know that much has happened since
That
then.
would have, yeah.
The curse only affects, I thought, like saves.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like we haven't had to make any saving throws because I've been really good at reminding you guys that we have the curse.
Right. We need to find a humanoid to pass it on to.
Yeah, but if you fail, then you just get instantly wiped.
Oh, yeah, this is right.
Oh, here's another part that I'm just going to continue to ignore, but you guys would find funny. Says, oh, never mind. This is just for an NPC.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't NPCs.
Yeah, no, if that was the case, we would for sure be paying for remove curse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just from a meta perspective, and we'll say this is Errant knowing sort of how adventuring groups work. If we let Omen know, is this something he's going to do something about? Or is it just us essentially like filing a useless report?
I mean, you were sent here to find out what happened to that. Like, he sent you personal. Like, it wasn't a. It wasn't a. Here's a list of potential jobs on a bulletin board. Woman Drawn sent you here personally to find out what happened at Tresendar Manor.
Okay, so can we... So sending is 25 words. Looks like Mongoose killed by DE. He would understand that, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Looks like Mongoose killed by DE. Mark at site. Looks like Mongoose killed by DE over powerful magic item. Left market site. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14. So we have 11 more words. What else would he need to know? Did we give him like a name for our group?
No, you haven't. But let me put a pause here real quick. How about you work on that over the course of the week, and we will pick up here next week. I know it was a bit of a short session, but it's 9:30 for me, and I have to be up at 5 a.m.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's all right.
So I'm very sorry about that, but I wanted to. I know we've been skipping a lot, and I wanted to do at least a little bit of something.
Yeah, we got some stuff done. It was good.
Mhm.
So yeah, you think about what 25 words you want to send, and we will pick up here next week if that's cool with everybody.
Sounds good.
That's
Uh,
good.
Oh,
no.
We'll probably be out
right. Yes.
VBS.
Well,
vacation.
Vacation.
That's true. I might be doing VBS, but yeah, they're going to be driving to Montana or something.
Oh, okay. Then pick up here in 2 weeks.
All right.
I should be able to.
How long is your all's vacation?
A long one.
Oh, really?
We gotta drive because we have to drive. We could
Oh.
do. We'll be back the 28th. We could do the 28th.
Oh
like
wow,
3 weeks.
that is a
Or
long
29th. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, see, we drive out the 14th. We pick
Mhm.
our parents up like the 16th from like the airport up there in Montana.
Oh,
And then we drop them off like the 23rd or something, or the 22nd, somewhere in there that time. So then we still have the 2 days to drive back home. That's why it's so long.
right.
Gotcha.
Doing a road
Okay.
trip. So maybe.
So we'll for sure pick up here on the 29th then.
Yeah.
Maybe we will think of something to do in the in between for Errant and Veerheis.
There you go.
I'll say I've always got goofy one shots.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Sounds good. And again, sorry for having to call it early tonight, but
Eh.
if I want 8 hours of sleep, I should have been asleep 30 minutes ago.
Mhm. There you go.
And I will not be asleep as soon as it takes me a while to fall
Right.
asleep. So,
Exactly.
but I need to get the screen off, the lights off,
Yes.
and all that.
I always have to take sleeping pills sometimes. So.
Yeah, I do too. I've got 2 melatonins and 1 doctor prescribed sleeping pill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom just gets it's actually like an antihistamine or something, but they sell like Tylenol PM, I think they call it, or something like that. But I can't remember the drug name. But yeah.
Yeah.
But it usually knocks me out pretty good.
Yeah, mine is apparently some sort of antidepressant,
Oh,
but
that'll do
but
it.
isn't really an antidepressant unless you take it in really big doses. But if you take it in really big doses, then you